been a while for me to do a presentation in English. I might lag a little bit. I might be nervous. Please be generous. Thank you. Okay, so yep, we'll start our presentation. Yep. So okay, hi everyone. We're Team AFM, and the following are our team members and student goals. Yep. And our team project, its main goal was to help foreign students to have better experience in beauty salons in Hanoi. Okay, so this is how we came up with this project. So it all started with our team member, Donggon, having a haircut at a hair salon in Hanoi. Shout out to Donggon, right over there. Yeah. And while he was having a haircut, he found a very interesting scene right next to his seat. And so there was a foreign student, his hairdresser, his hair designer, and his friend had some difficulties in communicating with each other. Yeah. And so Donggon had thought in his mind that why wouldn't they just use a translator instead? And he talked about this incident with one of his international friends, and he found out that so many translators that we use these days have limits in accurately translating the hairstyle which foreign students actually want. So for example, if you want to have a edge perm, which is trending in Korea, like how did that word edge and perm come from? So that's not how the translator cannot translate. So at this point we decided to expand our idea. So some people might have just think that isn't this all about helping students who just experience a minor inconvenience in their daily life? Yes, it is true, but for foreign students, choosing a right hair salon, having a smooth communication, and finding the style that they actually want mean a lot more than we thought. Am I right? Those who are foreign? Yes. Yeah. So why is this important? So first, by trying the hairstyle that is trending in Korea, they may be more assimilated into the Korean culture, and they may be able to enjoy Korea in a more fruitful way. So for example, if they're more confident in how they look, they might be able to go to a lot of sightseeing places, they might be able to take pictures, and so on. And secondly, so they can currently get customized services only at famous foreign-friendly hair salons, but we want to help this this will help us so that they can experience such experiences at hair salons in Anand as well. And this is also quite related to SDG number 11 as well. Shout out to yeah, because SDG number 11 aims to make cities and communities inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. Yeah. Okay, let's make it. Okay. By the way, I did not write this. This is not some kind of selfish. So, to proceed with our project, we first needed to benchmark the strategies of the famous foreign-friendly salon, right? So I personally visited there, had a haircut, and interviewed the head designer. So I bet my hairstyle to this project. So we gotta do some great evaluation of our project. Then I found 3 notable strategies. So first is collaboration with a travel platform. Have you guys ever heard of the platform called KITE? So I heard that many foreigners visiting Korea use a platform called KITE, and the salon works with that platform and hosts a lot of events aimed at those foreign guests. They also give a lot of discounts. And secondly, the designers' efforts. Not only they promote their skills and designs through their SNS and other social media, they also study English on their own very diligently, and all the designers there can speak fluent English, so they don't have any difficulties in communicating with other foreigners. And third, consistency and self-care. Designers there constantly develop and practice new designs, and they also go through peer evaluation at least twice in a month. And they're also fully prepared for any kind of miscommunication since English is their second language. So they allow those foreign guests to visit regularly, and they also provide services until those customers are satisfied. So if you're foreign to here, maybe try it. I think it's nice. So, and also they only charge a very small amount of fee, so I think that's nice. That's quite nice. Yeah. And right after conducting our primary source, betting on my hair, we researched the differences in hairstyle terminology between Korean and English. Then we made our own hairstyle guidebook for foreign students, and now we will hand out. It's paused for a while. 잠깐 멈춰주세요. 시간 잠깐 멈춰주세요. 시간 잠깐 멈춰주세요. So I believe this will help foreign students and hair designers to have a better communication. So, 해성. So let me show you an example through this example. So 해성. How do I say? 옆머리는 다운폼을 하고요. 윗머리는 돌려가면 살짝 죽이고 전체적으로 가발폼을 하고 싶어요. How do I say this in English?
I would like a flattening perm on my side and thin out the volume on the upper head and a parting perm overall. Alright, 요즘 how do I say 제 머리가 부시시한 kop슬머리인데요. 머리는 곱단발로 자를 수 있을까요?
By the way, this is a female version. So I've got a frizzy hair. So do you think it would be possible to cut it into a one-leg bob, please?
How do I say 머리를 칼단발로 잘라주시고 뿌리 염색도 해주실 수 있을까요?
I'd like the tassel cut with roots touch up, please. Thank you.
Okay, so our team went around 4 hair salons and handed out our guidebooks, asking them how helpful our guidebooks will be for their businesses in the future. All of the hair salons had favorable responses to our guidebooks, and the most common response was that they were all surprised at the fact that we handed out our guidebooks for free. And the hottest reaction to our handout was from the first hair salon right next to Anam Samchul. And they said that our guidebooks would be very helpful as there are many foreign exchange students coming to hair salons nowadays. And moreover, there was also a feedback that a hair designer gave concerning our guidebooks, which was to add pronunciations of the foreign hairstyles in Korean so that the Korean hair designers and the Korean customers can easily talk about it. Now let's look at the positive effects that can be brought about by our project. First, we can bring competitiveness to local hair salons in Anam concerning the foreigners here. We want to point out that our guidebook is a business opportunity for local hair salons in Anam. Local hair salons, starting with Anam, can use our guidebook as a tool to attract a more diverse pool of customers. And yes, we are aware that there is a big gap between hair shops in Hongdae, like the one that Ujin went, and the ones in Anam in terms of infrastructure and the money they have. However, after hair salons in Anam start using the guidebooks that we handed out to you, with time being, we believe that Anam hair salons will be able to acquire competitiveness because Anam hair salons have the advantage of being close to university students. And second, no more communication problems. After foreign customers become able to ask for Korean hairstyles in local hair salons, they will be provided with better services, leading to higher consumer satisfaction. And lastly, it will also bring about cultural exchange. Foreign students with our guidebooks will be able to try Korean hairstyles more freely than before, with no difficulties. So lastly, what are the further developments that can be made to our project? So the first development that we thought of was to create a separate communication guidebook for the hair designers themselves. Let's keep in mind that the guidebooks that we just gave to you are focused on foreign customers, so it's focused on customers. However, we think that hair designers themselves also need guidebooks for communication. So they will also need help overcoming the language barrier. So it would be a good idea to have a guidebook that focuses on how the hair designers could communicate with foreign customers. So I thought of a few ideas. So this ideal guidebook would contain basic English phrases commonly used during hair appointments. For example, would you like layers, or do you want your bangs trimmed? And we can also consider putting in audio recordings or QR codes that lead to pronunciation examples to make it easy to use. And we can also develop our project by second, creating a mobile version of the guidebook that we just gave you. And third, adding more languages like Chinese or Japanese. And last but not least, we can also make another guidebook relating to other hair cultures. The handbook that we just gave you are focused on just hairstyle, but there are also hair cultures like shampooing or treatments, so we can make another guidebook related to other cultures. And yeah, that's about it.
Yes, so let's cut the language barrier together, and thank you very much.